Hello again, everybody. So today I want to make a short video to get over some features I kind of forgot to talk about on my last video, about features that new players might want to know. So to get things started, let's just talk about the home menu right here. There are a few things the global version didn't have. For example, you actually can change the music on each background that you have. For this one, I have the same music for every single background. Actually, let me show you the music real quick. Over here. As you can see, it plays a different music. It doesn't play the default one. And you can change. You can use some other music. You actually have to buy the music on your guild house. Around here, don't mind the stamina. BGM. And you can choose either category, and there are a lot of soundtracks you can choose from. And you can buy them with these coins. Okay, going back to the main menu, though, let me just remove the music real quick. Going back to the main menu, I have this checkbox, or you can check it if you want your backgrounds to be random whenever you go back to the main menu. For example, now we have Labrista. If we go over here and we go back to the main menu, we have Pecorini instead. If you don't have this thing checked, it's always going to show up the same character every single time. I mean, it showed Christina this time, and it keeps showing Christina this time because it's the first one on the list. So I usually have this checked because it's nice seeing different characters all the time. And next, you can actually change the order for each character. As such, you can change it like this and change the order. Not really that important, but I guess it's nice to know. And then the last one, you can actually, instead of actually using a character, you can change it to other types of backgrounds, like the normal version, the actual character background. This is like from the story. You can also use story clips, story animations, like this one, for example. Has to download. And it will play the actual animation during the menu. I'm not going to actually use this one because I don't want to. There are also a lot of other stuff you can use, also from events. All of the events, like all the animations from each event shows up over here. And Luna Tower stuff. And the endings and other music videos. Come on. This is for the anniversaries, for example. We also have some backgrounds from the calendar event we had before. I guess, yeah, it's kind of interesting because, kind of funny, because global version is gonna end right after the calendar event thingy that ran for a year actually ended. It has a small video here showing all the backgrounds for each month that passed or went through, I guess. It's not really that important, so don't worry. And you also have some borders here if you want to use them. I guess, wait. Over here, the border. And it stays like this. It's not really that amazing, so use it if you like it, I guess. And that's it for the home menu. And next up, we have a thing in the character menu. When we go here to Kaya. So there's this thing called a ring. So basically it lets you level up a character 10 extra levels above your level cap. For example, I'm at level 268. And I can't level people up any further than 268 right now. But if I give them a ring, and the ring usually has some requirements, it usually needs some jewels and some mana. In this case, I need 40 jewels and 30 million mana. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive. You can use this one. So I do have both for this version of Kaya, Liberator Kaya. You can use it like this. And now I can level her up 10 more levels. You obviously need to use the required EXP, and this is just equipment, so don't worry about it. And the required mana, of course. There you go. some other things about characters. It's not going to show up here because I already unlocked everything, or the thing I'm going to talk about. But we currently have 2 extra characters that don't really need to be unlocked through the gacha system over here. And those characters right now are, let me see, Karin and Kaiser Insight, the main villain of the game. Where is she? Kaiser Insight. There she is. Yeah, they are both extra characters, and the way you unlock them is by using a lot of jewels, a lot of mana. Excuse me, not jewels, a lot of memory pieces. These things. So if you have a lot of extra memory pieces, you can check them over here. For example, I have a bunch of them. You can spend them there, and you also will need a lot of mana, like around 500 million mana to unlock one of those. They usually show up down here, but as of now, there are not any other extra characters, so they don't show up for me. They sometimes also show up on these thingies on the bottom right, if there's a new one. So yeah, that's it for the characters. The next thing, there's, you know how there's like an auto button, right, to make them use their their UBs automatically. Just put Tomo over here. Actually, Tomo is not the best character to show this. The best one would be right now New Year Kokoro. I can actually, there she is. So here, for example, so we before only had the auto button, right? It made them use their ultimate, their UB, as soon as it is available, but only after they use their current animation, right? Well, as soon as she gets it anyway. Come on. There we go. Okay, she has it ready. She finishes her current animation and uses her UB, right? But now we have the smart button. Now for the smart button, it'll depend for certain characters, but in case of Kokoro, she'll only use her UB if she is below half HP. So now she has full HP, and because of that, she's not gonna use it. Sudden, on the other hand, does use it because she doesn't really have any restrictions on her not UI, AI, to use her burst. So it makes things a little bit smarter for healers, for example. And last but not least, for the auto thingy, we now have this check mark over here. And what this does, it lets you set which characters do you want them to automatically use their UB like instantly after they get ready to be used. You can checkmark this, and right here on the pause menu you can actually click the characters, and any character that has the set thing over here will use their UB immediately after they have it ready. Even if they're like doing a skill animation, they'll interrupt the skill animation and use the UB instead. As you can see over here for Kokoro, she'll immediately use her burst after I exit the pause menu, as you can see. That'll be really useful if you don't want to like spam click a character to make sure they use their burst. And one more time just for you to see, I guess. Don't really lose your skill. Oh, right. Sorry. Let me try that again. You can also actually click the actual characters right here, and it'll just do the same thing. As you'll see in just a minute. And there we go. Most of the time you do actually want to use the set thing on a lot of characters, but some characters might not want to be set. For example, Shiori. It is actually better for her to not be set and to not skip any skill animations. That way she can actually deal more damage if they actually hit, if the animations actually finish. And now for the last thing I want to talk about. So now events and story modes have this neat little feature. Immediately after finishing a stage, it will automatically choose the next stage to be played. So you check this thing, of course. If you want to do that, choose your team, and then you have a few options. This one is if you want to actually interrupt the autoplay, where if a event story shows up, you press this one if you don't want it to be interrupted. And this thing down here is if you want them to be on auto, on smart, or if you don't want them to use any kind of skills. Most of the time it is kind of faster to not use any skills because they just kill things instantly. But if you are struggling, just put them on auto or on smart. As you can see, nothing here is set because I didn't choose the options to put on smart or on auto. And right after they finish the stage, it automatically goes to the next one. So you don't really need to pay any attention to the game and just have to wait until they finish everything. You can also just interrupt the actual thing by pressing the menu button and the auto proceed. I think it's called auto proceed. We'll just stop. And you can regain control of the game. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything I had to talk about. I hope this was helpful to anyone, and I'll see you guys next time.